welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be watching scary true TikTok compilation videos. Watch with me. You got insomnia right now. I can help you fall asleep. Unless you'll be scared, then I'm sorry. Let's get into the video.
Facts about serial killers that you'll want to forget, part 1. After raping his blindfolded victims, the Golden State Killer would be super quiet and pretend like he was gone, and right when the victims would try to untie themselves or go for their phone, he would scare the hell out of them.
I mean, I'm already scared you tried to murder me. I mean, you're killing me. Rape me.
Holes into their head while they were still alive and pouring acid into the holes. American serial killer Albert Fish once cooked and ate a little girl and sent a letter to her parents describing how she tasted. Colombian serial killer Pedro Alonso Lopez raped and murdered over 300 girls. He was in prison for 18 years when he was moved to a psychiatric hospital where they declared him to be sane and he was set free, even though he stated that he planned on killing again. He was released in 1998 and no one knows where he is or what he's doing.
That makes no sense to me. Why back in the day they would just release men that did horrific things? Like, what is even happening?
The good news is that the FBI has finally identified the Zodiac Killer. The bad news is it unfortunately is not Ted Cruz, thus he can still stay in Congress. And Air Force veteran Gary Francis Post has been dead since 2018, so we'll never get any more answers or face any justice for his victims. However, with the help of his DNA and new DNA technology, there are 5 more cold cases that may be solved, and maybe because of him too. Enjoy being John Wayne Gacy's cuck for eternity in hell.
Breaking news, authorities have found missing 2-year-old Josiah deceased. Authorities say Josiah was originally reported missing on August 16th by his father. His father claimed that he was taken during a robbery at the Aspen Woods Apartments in Decanter, Georgia. However, his father was arrested a day later for making false statements and filing a false report. On August 17th, East Point police took over the investigation and said that Josiah was actually last seen at the Lakeview Apartments where his father lives. Soon after, authorities could be seen canvassing a landfill as well as a body of water. On August 18th, authorities drained the body of water, however, they did not find Josiah. As of today, authorities say a body was found at the East Point transfer station on Martin Street. They have not confirmed that the body is that of Josiah's, however, the police chief says he does not think it is a coincidence. At a news conference on Wednesday, authorities believe additional charges against his father will be pending. I'll keep you guys updated. What do you think? Drop in the comments.
This is Australia's worst female serial killer, or at least she was, until last month when new evidence came to light that proved her innocence all along. In 2003, Kathleen Folbigg was sentenced to 25 years in prison for murdering her 3 children.
Is this
2
that
girls,
same lady
Sarah
from...
and Laura, and 1 son, Patrick, as well as manslaughter against...
video where she's like laughing in the car with her kids dead, but I don't know, that could be a different one.
Here's what happened. All 4 Folbigg children died in their sleep when they're only 19 days old to 18 months old. Her son Caleb was the first Folbigg child to pass, who everyone initially thought died of sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. But then when her other 2 infant daughters, Sarah and Laura, died suddenly with no explanation, that's when the rumors began to swirl of foul play. Eventually, those rumors took an ugly form that Kathleen must have smothered each of her children to death. Her husband divorced her in 2000, believing the rumors to be true. Then, a year later in 2001 is when she was officially arrested and convicted in a trial that became a 7-week media circus. The thing was, there was no concrete evidence that Kathleen had smothered any of her children, or was the cause of her children's untimely death in any way. So what led to her ultimate conviction? The jury sealed her fate based on a personal diary entry that her husband turned over to the police. Kathleen writes, quote, "The guilt about them all haunts me," which the prosecution of course used to imply Kathleen's apparent guilt for killing her children. The defense vehemently argued that this was all circumstantial evidence, but the power of the media and public opinion prevailed and the jury found her guilty. For 3 decades, Kathleen has maintained her innocence. Kathleen already served 20 of those 25 years when she was finally released on June 5th, 2023, because it was discovered that all 4 of her children died of natural causes. But how?
I'm done.
Mommy told me something a little girl should know. It's all about the devil.
This teenager is accused of killing his ex, then sitting in a room with her corpse for hours. 18-year-old Natalie Martin was just like any other young girl letting her hair down after graduating. She was recently on holiday celebrating with a group of her friends after graduating Philo High School in Duncan Falls, Ohio. They were staying at a rental home in South Carolina. Natalie's ex-boyfriend, 18-year-old Blake Linkus, was also there with the group. The pair had actually broken up in February this year, as apparently Blake had grown violent. On one occasion, he, quote, took her and threw her across the room. On June the 5th, the day before her death, Blake and Natalie had apparently been arguing because he found out she'd been texting someone else. On the fateful night in question, the group had been out clubbing when Natalie decided to go home because she felt unwell. Blake also went back with her. Around 9 a.m. the next morning, Blake came out of his room covered in blood. He was shouting that Natalie wasn't waking up. Blake had seemingly stabbed himself in the chest after killing Natalie. When two members of the group tried to attempt CPR on Natalie, they said it was way too late, she was cold and stiff. This suggests that she had been deceased for a long time and Blake had seemingly sat in the room with her corpse.
Alright, that's enough scary true crime for today. I am ready to go take a bath and cleanse all the sins off of me that I have watched. But I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what other videos you want me to watch with you, because I feel like it's more of like a comforting thing for people to just watch videos with other people. So just let me know what other videos we could watch together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.